Hey kiddos, today we are reviewing the passage called Voyage of a Lifetime. This was a story about a boy named Samuel. His dad's name was Edward. And so as we read through these questions, we did a pretty good job on them all together, but we just want to make sure that we're following our strategy, clearly reading the question, underlining keywords, be sure we understand what the question is about, eliminate wrong choices, find evidence for the correct ones, and 5, select our best choice. So this question here says, which choice best describes the passage? This question, our key word here is describes the passage. Basically, this is asking us, what type of passage did we read? Did we read a story? Did we read a nonfiction passage? Was it a letter? Was it a newspaper article? Okay, what was the passage? And so this is drawing on just your knowledge of reading, understanding what type of passage that you're reading. So automatically, I know that I can cross out newspaper articles on A and B because neither of these we know were a newspaper article. We saw characters, we saw a setting, we saw dialogue right here. Father said, Samuel, what is that ship? And so we know it was not a newspaper. We know it was a story. So we have it narrowed down to C and D, and we just have to make the best choice here. It says a story about a boy who works on the Mayflower, or a story about a son's experience learning about the Mayflower. Well, I can eliminate C because of this word right here, works on the Mayflower. We know that Samuel does not work on the Mayflower. He's at the dock. He's asking, see, this is said, they're on the dock, okay? He's walked with his father along the river in London, and he's asking, hey, father, what is that ship? His father starts telling him all about the Mayflower. Samuel starts asking lots of questions, and so our best choice here would be D, a story about a son's experience learning about the Mayflower. Okay. All right. Let's look at question number 2. Got to clear my screen here. This one says, what is the main purpose of the highlighted paragraph? We've talked a lot about this. Main purpose means why. Why did the author write it? Think to what we know about author's purpose. Persuade, inform, explain, and entertain. Of those reasons, we'll see different verbs, okay, like describe or compare or show. But if you have a firm understanding of why the author wrote it, then you're going to be able to do fine as long as you have these verbs. Remember, anytime it says highlighted paragraph, we need to reread the paragraph. The ship looked huge to Samuel Fuller's young eyes as he walked with his father along the Thames River in London. It sat rocking gently in the river against the dock. On board, there was a flurry of activity. Some crew members carried crates and barrels up the gangplank and down into the cargo hold to store them. Others were scrubbing and polishing and painting. Still others climbed high above the deck among the 3 masts, working with ropes to accomplish tasks that Samuel had no understanding of. On the deck, a man stood barking out orders to everyone else. All right, so why did the author include this paragraph? Was it to explain what is in the crates? No, we just see the crates. We don't know what's in them. To describe the sight of many people working on the ship. Okay, maybe. To compare the Mayflower to smaller ships. Okay, remember, when we're comparing something, we have to have 2 things. We don't have 2 things here. We just have the one ship, so we're not comparing anything. To show that Samuel has experience working on a ship. Okay, he doesn't ever talk about him working on the ship. I think this is going to be definitely to describe or to tell about what's going on. Okay, all right, so B is our best choice there. Let's look at number 3. Where does Samuel see the Mayflower? Y'all, when it asks questions like this, where, that is a right there question. Look at it. He says he's on the Thames River. Okay. They're on the dock. So I'm not even going to go through those choices because that is right there. Okay. That is right there. All right. Let's look at the next one. Number 4. What is the main purpose of the highlighted paragraph? Again, this is asking, why did the author include it? The Americans, can we go too? Questioned Samuel. He was fascinated by the sight before him. The thought that the ship would soon set out upon a great adventure captured the 12-year-old boy's imagination. He wanted to be a part of it. When is it leaving? He asked. How long will it take to get there? How many people will be going? The questions spilled out of him. It's as if he has so many questions, he can't keep them in. They're spilling over the top. Okay. So why do you think the author put that there? To explain how long it takes to sail to America? Kiddos, that's again why we reread the highlighted paragraph. It never tells us how long it's going to be to get there. We can eliminate that one. To show how interested Samuel is in the voyage. Well, I see him asking a whole lot of questions. And I know that when I'm curious about something, I ask a lot of questions. I'm interested in it. So B may be a very good choice. To describe how many people can travel on the Mayflower at one time. Well, it never says that, so we can eliminate that one. and to explain why Samuel's father knows so much about ships. Again, we don't see anything about Samuel's father knowing anything here. We just see Samuel asking questions. So B is going to be our best choice. All right, notice, kiddos, that I'm underlining my keywords. I'm going back in my passage. I'm eliminating wrong choices as I go, okay? I want you to be using these same types of strategies. All right, keyword here, compared. That means we're looking at how they are different. Compared to how Edward and Samuel feel, how does Samuel's mother feel about going to the Americas? Well, kiddos, we can find evidence here. If I look down at the bottom, it says, he knew his wife might not quite feel the same. They had spoken about it before. She understood the reason for going, although she was not sure. She wanted to leave her home for an uncertain future. So we know Edward and Samuel are, what does it say right here? They have excitement. He shared it. He shared the excitement. So we know that Edward and Samuel are excited, but we're asking, compared to Edward and Samuel, how does his mother feel? So we have to think about, how is she thinking, acting, feeling, or speaking? Well, we don't see her here, but we can see Edward's thoughts about her, and we can tell that she's not more excited. It says she doesn't really want to go. We know she's not curious because, again, it says she's not sure if she wanted to leave. Maybe more nervous, but definitely not more relaxed, because she did not feel the same as them. So I think our best choice is going to be more nervous. All right, let's look at question number 6. Clear our screen. All right. What does the author most likely mean by the highlighted word noisy whirl? Well, we have a strategy for this one, kiddos. Read a little bit above, a little bit below, highlight clues, and think about what I know. So let's look here. If I pull up, I'm going to read a little bit above and a little bit below noisy whirl. Said he had a thoughtful expression on his face as he observed the noisy whirl on the ship. Okay. I want us to think that of our background knowledge. Up here further, it talked about crew members carrying crates, others scrubbing and polishing, climbed high above the deck, working with ropes, okay, barking out orders. Look at how much activity is going on the ship. And it says, he had a thoughtful expression on his face as he observed the noisy whirl on the ship. This is referencing this activity right here, okay? And so when I think about noisy whirl, it probably means all the things that are going on, okay? They're very, very busy. So when I think about that, using my context clue strategy, I know they're not going around in a circle, okay? I don't think it has anything to do with them not hearing his instructions, because they're doing the things they're supposed to do. It never says that they're arguing with each other, but we probably can infer that it means that the workers are very, very busy, okay? Very, very busy. All right, let's look at number 7. Ooh, get my clicker. All right, last one. What reason does Edward give his son for why people want to set sail to America? What reason? This is a word for word answer, okay? So he says right here, the voyage offers a fresh start on life, he continued. Many people believe that it has a great opportunity. I think they are fortunate to be going. So why does he tell people that they need to go? Not that it's a good job opportunity, because that's not what they're wanting to work on the ship. Maybe take an adventure. The Americans offers a chance to begin a new life. That's what it says right here, a fresh start. Yes, a new life. Families want to join their relatives in Americas. He never talks about relatives. So if I boil it down to between B and C, an adventure or starting a new life, I think this right here, the fresh start, that tells us that it is C. All right, kiddos, as always, if you have questions, reach out, let me know. Keep working hard for me.